Right now, the stadium is pretty much exactly like it was in 2001. A couple of touch-up paints here and there, but for the most part, it really hasn't changed since then. It was built in the late 50s, early 60s. And really, the only time it's been renovated is when right before the Fusion got here. If you look at some of these seats, they might still have the Fusion logo on some of them. And no, these don't have them here. But I've seen some of them. Oh, here's one, actually, with the Fusion logo. Well, the Fusion still lives on in the stadium.
I'm looking at this, it's like looking at your high school yearbook, the 2001 Fusion Media Guide, and I even wrote little W's, L's, and T's on all the games here. Here I am, soccer writer Michelle Kaufman. So yeah, I mean, just going back through this book, it brings back so many memories of that last season.
The team didn't seem to play particularly well. There just wasn't a lot of joy around the team until Ray came.
I think that when Ray came, that really is what changed everything. I think Ray Hudson is the one that changed that team.
The fans loved him because he played for the Strikers. Everybody knew him. He'd been around the team. The media loved him because he's the best quote in any sport really there is, probably.
I just think it's the way that Ray got them to believe, the way they all bought into his system.
It wasn't as much as that they were the greatest congregation of talent. It was the way they played their football. I think it was the most expressive, exciting, entertaining football that certainly had been seen to that point, and arguably as entertaining as anything has been produced since then. They were wonderful. It started with Nicky. Nicky was a kid, Rimando, and I'm picking the goalkeeper out, and I usually hate goalkeepers because they're not real players, they're goalkeepers. But Nicky was so wonderful with his feet that he would start the movement with this lethal sidewinder counter-attack that he could pick out forwards over the top of the defense. He had it all.
He was one that really I owe my career to. He took a chance on me. He gave me the confidence to play in this league.
We had Ivan McKinley, who had a Stradivarius for a left foot, cultivated left foot. It was just so complementary. The passing football and the ruthlessness inside of the box with Chacon and, of course, Cerna. Jimmy Rooney. Jimmy was a different type.
It's like to tell the truth here. Bishop fakes it. Brecky drops it. Rooney fires. Goal! What a play with a real goal scorer. Please stand up.
It's actually great to hear that, you know, we're considered one of the best teams in the history of MLS because we knew we were good and we wanted to prove it. And you know, we really played really well throughout the whole year.
Score!
And I made Jimmy my captain immediately because he's such a leader. And he held all of these precocious talents and delicate talents to task. He was the Ben-Hur in my team. Preki was a wonderful last addition. Doug Hamilton came to me and said, you know, we might be able to get Preki. I said instantly, well, get him. What the hell are you waiting for? She says, well, where are you going to play him? How can we play him? How can we fit him in? I says, we don't fit him in. He fits himself in. We'll just get him on the damn pitch and Preki would be fine.
Trying to get it to his left. Now cuts it into the right. Back to the left. Another cut, another one.
And it was such a happy ship. It was just such a happy, happy ship.
Gonna shoot, and he finishes it.
He was always encouraging, always like, I remember one game, this is actually the first start I played against DC, and I was playing on the wing, and I would just constantly hear him lying about the time. He's like, come on, lad, keep going, there's 5 minutes left. And I look up and there's 15 minutes left. And then, you know, another 5 minutes, he's like, come on, lad, there's only 2 minutes left.
It wasn't as much as if it was in a framework of a tactical formation. It was that football that we see Barcelona play now. It was predicated around strangling the opponents with possession, death by 100,000 passes. As a team, we would count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I remember the fan base just swelling and building, and that's why it kind of killed me that just when it was at the top,
but we knew the importance of that game. We had been told the loser of this game will probably not be around in MLS.
So a very nervous Ray Hudson pacing along the sidelines. Brecky, he can strike it from anywhere. Here he is, looking for an opening, and he hits it wide right. Right-footed, we should say. In the box, driving it out front.
I remember thinking, this is it. We're supposed to win everything. We're the best team in the league. We've proven it on the stats. We've proven it on our record. We can't let this happen.
it was almost just chopped off. Right when it was getting good, it's like, really? Right when they're getting good, right when they're getting fun, they pull the plug on the team. It was very, very depressing.
And it wasn't just like it was the shock and disbelief of it. It was like what they had done to our team. This wonderful spider's web had been constructed so delicately and intricately, and it was just ripped down, and it was done. It was finished. And it was heartbreaking for us as a group. Because some amazing memories, oh man, some amazing memories. They just felt they lost faith, I guess. And it's like being told by your first love, I don't love you anymore. I don't love you. You know, there's somebody else.
There's a hardcore group that has been begging for the last 12 years to please bring a team here. I really believe MLS will be back in Miami. And I think that everyone involved learned what kind of team would get this audience excited.
And it was going to a game knowing that you weren't just going to see a game of football. You were going to be purely entertained. Because if that doesn't turn you on, if that team doesn't get your heart and say that's what the game's about, nothing will.